My most frequently asked question: what products do I use for hair growth? I know you're hoping for a long list of products that have given me like 10 inches of growth overnight, but unfortunately that's not the case. The truth is I don't actually use products specifically for hair growth. I'm not a big believer in hair growth products. I just use products for hair health. So I experiment with different conditioners and oils and leave-in conditioners until I find ones that work for me, and I stick with those. Reason being is because you won't see hair growth unless your hair is healthy. Your hair is always growing, but if it's unhealthy, as your hair grows from the root, it's going to be breaking on the ends. So there's not going to be any length retention. So if you focus on hair health, that will lead to length retention, which then leads to hair growth. So to me, hair growth is the last in the chain. One product I will mention for length retention rather than actual hair growth is Jamaican black castor oil. Because it's such a thick oil, I feel like it almost puts a protective barrier over my hair and makes it feel really strong, which means that I get less breakage. I then get length retention. So as my hair is growing, it's not breaking. So I'm seeing the actual growth. How often do you trim your hair? There's not really regular intervals as to when I trim my hair. I just trim it when I feel like it needs it. That's usually around every 5 to 6 months. So basically twice a year I trim my hair. What are your thoughts on hair growth vitamins? I don't know how I feel about hair growth vitamins. Certain brands advertise their vitamins as specifically for hair growth. When I've compared the ingredients of just general multivitamins to the hair growth vitamins, and it's the exact same products, just slightly different percentages, but the hair growth pills are so much more expensive than just general multivits. So to be honest, I would go for the multivitamins. Do you use protective or low manipulation styles to retain length? To be honest, no. Times when I have used protective styles, I've not really seen a difference between the times when I've worn my hair out and in puffs and everything like that. So for me, protective styles don't really work in terms of length retention. How long did it take to grow your hair to your current length? This is a hard question for me to answer because I didn't big chop and then start from short hair. I transitioned from heat damage hair and I trimmed as I went along. But if I had to put a number on it, I would say roughly 3 to 4 years. Do I use scalp massages or any other methods for hair growth? So there's a few hair growth methods which I'm sure you've heard about there, such as like the inversion method, scalp massages. I personally have never used them because I'm a bit skeptical about those kind of things in terms of how effective they would actually be. So I can't really comment on whether they work or not, but I personally don't use them. Really, my advice to anyone that is trying to grow their hair is to not get too hung up on it. If you're trying all different things, using all different hair products, all different hair growth methods, measuring your hair regularly and not seeing the growth that you'd expect because of everything that you're doing, you're gonna get frustrated and you may actually be having adverse effects because you're doing too much. So don't spend loads of money on products targeted at hair growth. Don't measure your hair in inches every month because you're going to be disappointed. Just relax, enjoy the hair that you actually already have on your head. Just look after it and your hair will flourish. I promise you. Thanks guys. Bye.